Hi everyone, welcome back to part 2 of the 987.1 Boxster S rebuild series, and we're going to be doing the coolant crossover pipes in this episode, as well as realisation setting in that I need to refurb the whole of the front subframe as well. So without further ado, let's get into it. So front subframe coolant crossover pipes removed from my 987 Boxster, as you can see here on my ramp. Yeah, horrible job to remove the state of mine. Look at the state of these. These are just disintegrating. Believe it or not, the car wasn't actually really leaking very much. It was, obviously these are pretty chewed up from me trying to get them out, but in all honesty, it wasn't that bad. I've actually I've not taken the subframe all the way off, I've just dropped it basically on the ball joints, so it's hanging on the ball joints. But the actual, I'll go around the other side, where's my torch? Not done with my torch. Yeah, it's just so I can shed some light on it. So yeah, it wasn't actually that bad to get out, but it was, yeah, there's a few other things I'm wanting to do. So I'm going to do the suspension arms, probably do them, maybe even replace the anti-roll bars. It's quite corroded looking. But yeah, anti-roll bar bushes while I'm in here, make it easier for myself. Yeah, and I'm going to replace these arms. I've just ordered them from Spider Performance a minute ago, so just get it all freshened up. Subframe looks okay, it's a little bit dirty, etc., but it will be getting cleaned up anyway, and then I can secure that brake pipe that's dangling back in its connectors from the other day as well. So yeah. Yeah, that was the point. I realised the subframe just needs a full hit pretty much, so I stripped it all off in the bench, as you'll see from this next video clip of me talking in the workshop. So that's the subframe stripped off the car and fully stripped down. So believe it or not, one of my wishbone bushes actually just came out, chapped out. Delighted with that. Other side, usual. Had to cut it out. So I wanted to just talk about cutting these out, because I've noticed a few people are completely butchering this bit and potentially even damaging these lugs as well. I don't know what they're trying to accomplish cutting across and stuff like that. You really don't need to do that. When I've always done these in the past, I've managed to just obviously with it, you know, in position. So it obviously sits in there. I've chapped down now, so I probably won't go back in. With it in position and the bolt in, I just run a standard electric angle grinder with a cutting disc down between the sort of outer washer of it and the rubber until I cut through the inner part of the bolt on both sides. Focus. So yeah, you can see there, you can see the grounding marks shining through there, but you don't actually even need to cut all the way through. You just cut down the length of the bolt, like so. And I mean, even that end, it didn't really cut all the way down. I just put a spanner on it and turned it and snapped the rest of the head of it off. This same as I just gripped it with, you can see the mark there where I gripped it with mole grips and just wiggled it and snapped it off, and then you can just pull the arm out. This joint, it's a much easier way of doing it than potentially damaging your subframe. I mean, there's literally nothing wrong with that. You know, it's reusable. I've seen people cut through here, I've seen people break lugs, yeah, cut through here and here with like sawzalls and stuff like that. But I literally use a angle grinder with a standard thin cutting disc, and just go between the washer and the like so. Just go in there between that till I'm down far enough. So yeah, just a little tip for anybody doing them in the future. Just get yourself a normal angle grinder and then just cut through that part there, because that's it's a lot quicker as well than trying to cut across the body, and I don't know what you're trying to achieve. The bolt is stuck in there, so you're not getting it out. So just leave it in there, cut down the edges, and remove it, and you save yourself a subframe replacement. My subframe's in a bit of a state. I don't know what I'm going to do with this, to be honest with you. Whether I'll wire wheel it, which will take ages, or I might just send it to the blaster and get the blaster to give it just a good blast with the beads, dry ice or a shot blast, just to clean it up. I might even paint it, I don't know. But my roll bar as well, roll bar's a bloody right mess. I mean, it's not knackered by any means, but I'm slowly I'm gonna, well, very minimum, I'll wire wheel it up and give it a bit of a clean. Okay, bye bye. So over the next couple of images you'll see I didn't record the process of basically wire wheeling and rubbing down the subframe, priming it with some grey primer, and then obviously coating it with silver hammerite spray. Good few coats on that just to give it a bit of a freshen up, because it was a bloody mess. There is some pitting in the subframe, but it's fine. Yeah, I did all the brackets and the roll bar as well, in hammerite black, smooth finish. Here are my hoses for the replacements. So basically I've bought a mix of Spider Performance parts and obviously genuine Porsche. I think that the bits Spider Performance sell for the plastic pipes is actually genuine Porsche ones anyway. I don't think they do aftermarket. I did see Design 911 seem to offer 2 options, but I basically bought some of the bits genuine from Porsche because, believe it or not, they were cheaper from Porsche in Aberdeen compared to the other hoses from the kit on Spider Performance. So I bought the kit from Spider Performance, which is the rubber hoses for the front cross member. So the 4 that go to and from the radiators for flow and return, the little 2 connecting pieces to the metal pipes for this end here and this end here, and then also the 2 that connect to the front to rear hoses at the very back of the subframe as well. So bought them from Spider Performance. I noticed these bits came as genuine Porsche parts in the kit, and from what I found out from the plastic hoses were actually 20 or 30 quid cheaper each from official Porsche Centre. So yeah, they were basically, I think they were like 90 quid plus that each or something like that. So and I think from memory, we need to double check on this, but I think they were about 120, 130 pound each from Spider Performance, Design 911, etc, etc. So getting these from Porsche was actually cheaper. I also just bought all new clips, which I did notice that some of the part numbers are different for the clips, so there must be different clips. So that's one thing to watch when you're putting this back together, making sure the right clips are going in the right place. Yeah, I don't know why that is, but obviously the clips are maybe not quite all the same, which I found out when I was looking them up on the parts diagram. Yeah, so there's a 80201, 80202, and yeah, different numbers. Yeah, that's a totally different number altogether as well. So yeah, that's one thing to watch, making sure they go onto the right bit. But I did notice when my pipes came, and it comes with clips, which is a bit of a schoolboy error. I should have thought about that on this one anyway, but the rest of them I'll replace anyway, that are needing them, that I've taken off. So because obviously these come with clips as well, I've noticed. So yeah, I've probably got extra clips, but at the end of the day they were like £3 each from Porsche, so not breaking my heart. Also ordered new brackets, so I've got new bracketry. Again, I just ordered them from Porsche, and new fasteners for said brackets as well. There's no point, I mean, try to get them out. One of the brackets snapped, the bolts are just falling to bits and snapping, so I'm not wasting time cleaning and dressing that up, just for the sake of these brackets. They were so cheap. I'll put a breakdown of the prices at the end of the video anyway, but they were so cheap to order from the genuine Porsche Centre, so might as well get them from them. So magically I will put all this together now, just unbag it all, and then I'll take another little photo for it, for showing you, which I'll flash up my screen now, and then I will start the assembly process. Okay, thanks. Yeah, so what I actually ended up doing in the end was taking it down to the house while the wife was at work, and actually assembling it all on the kitchen table, to the great pleasure of my wife when she walked in after she finished her shift, as you can imagine. Pretty much put it all together loosely, and then took it up to the workshop again, prepped it for going back onto the car, making sure, you know, everything was tight, that I could access from above, before putting it in the car. And then the rest of the stuff I torqued up and tightened up in position, because some of the bolts go through the suspension arms and stuff anyway, so all the suspension arms were just left finger tight until I got it in the car and got the weight of the suspension on it. I positioned it a couple of axle stands and lowered the car down on top of it, and as you can see here, once it was all torqued up and in spec, it looked absolutely amazing on the car. So just to close out this episode, I thought I'd show some nice images of the car up at the wind farm just near my house that I took the other day for one of the shorts, and I think the car looks absolutely stunning now after all the work that's been done to it. It's driving amazing. The next video I'm going to do for you is going to be going over all of the receipts and invoices and giving you a bit of a breakdown on the actual costs that I've spent on this car. Yeah, it's quite eye-watering, but it is what it is. I really like the car. It's a good fun summer toy for myself and the wife, and you know, or the daughter, to go out spinning. And hope you enjoyed this episode, and look forward to the next. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and thanks for your time. Bye now.